And so, if you're wondering what happened today with Jackson Hole or why this sell off occurred, I was a little surprised by it. So, there's always the surprise, or you can know about a news catalyst, and that's why you have to watch the event, right? No one knows the direction. The algorithms, the multi billionaires don't know the direction. That's trading, right? So, you're live, you're active. You don't have to do it all the time. You just know when the event's going to happen. You listen to somebody like myself and you go, okay, Friday's the day. I'm going to watch The Spy. It even gave you the time, what time to watch and everything, right? So the reaction from the market was surprising today because Powell, although you'll have a lot of YouTube people out there talking all this shit like they know something, um, after the fact. Well, and then you got the guys who think the world's always going to end and it's going to happen overnight. I know that experience. I've been there. And you can't trade that way. Like I feel like that shit is definitely happening, but you can't trade that way. So here's what happened. Basically, this 407, you see this line here? Okay, this 407 range is extremely important. Okay, every time you get a flush, you see this flush? It starts at this range. Okay, so you want to pay attention to this 407 range. You see how we broke above, held, and rallied? Now we've come down, we broke the 407. That's concerning to me. Okay, but you can see, if you look closely, we've been here before, right? So I'll zoom in a little bit for you, right? You've been here before, and you have bounced from here. So it is not the end of the end, right? It's scary in a way, but you can see here, it held. Okay, and so the market did not like what was said today, but what's surprising about it is nothing new was said. Powell was neutral. He didn't come out and surprise with anything. Okay, and so the market usually moves off data and events, and so I'm reading between the lines here. Okay, now most people don't make it past 3 minutes of these videos, so you might want to make it to 5 minutes. I'll try to make it short for you with your reptilian brain, synapses. 3 weeks from now, you have the the next Fed meeting. Now, this is the meeting where they actually will raise the rates. So today they're just talking. It's just a bunch of elite people getting together talking about the future of the world economy. Disgusting, but true. And so what happens is now actual data, the actual rate hike is not for another 3 weeks. So if I am an institution and I make billions of dollars on a small percent move, what do I want to do? I want to bring this price down as low as I can get it. So what they can do is they sell. They fill the market with supply because I know I have 3 weeks to run this cost back up. And so your Bitcoin cats watch. Everybody's going to be Mr. Bearish World, but they don't know what they don't know. So I'm not saying for sure, because you could have an event, you could have anything, and this can just spill over. But these double tops are very common. Here, you can go back through the history. Double top, you can see it on Bitcoin. Double top, spillover. It's consistent. Here we got a dump, but it's much more consistent to see a double top. And the way the time frame setting out is you have 3 weeks to get to this double top. And this, I'm hopeful, I could be wrong, but that would be your opportunity, your what I'm calling the last opportunity to short the top of a bear market. All right, and so at this point, this is where if you're inexperienced, you start to go, this is how they get you. They go, people are going, oh my God, Bitcoin's going to 12,000, Bitcoin's going to 14,000. That's where people start to enter the shorts at support, right? And then what's going to happen is, it may come down to here. It could even touch the gold box down here. If it touches the gold box, that's a different scenario. But if it stays in this range and it has 3 weeks, it can just do this. It starts a new wedge, right? And then when this wedge breaks, where it lands is probably right around here in this gold box area, okay? Because it's weaker on volume and it has less time. This wedge took from the bottom to the top 33 days, right? So you only have 21 days for this price action, okay, until the actual data comes out, right? So calling that, if we say this is a bottom, you go out, let's just say 21 days. This is very approximate, right? And so it has this amount of time to run up until the next volatile moment happens. That next volatile moment is the Fed coming out, raising rates by 0.75, which is, if you go over, man, I always go on too long, but I just want to teach people and have them understand. You go to Fed rate tool, okay, and I'll show you this. All right, so you go over here, and you see where it says 3 to 3.25, right? And then you see how this says 61% now? What that means is that the odds of a 0.75 rate hike is now at 60%. Now, what that translates to, even though you go, well, it's only 60% chance, in the history of the entire stock market, of the entire existence of the stock market, once it goes over 60%, the Fed has never, ever not made that move, right? So that would be a surprise, right? That would throw everything out of whack too. So once it goes over 60%, the market starts to price in that 0.75 rate hike, right? But we have 3 weeks until then, and so that's my bias, my reading into all of this. What's happening? Well, 3 weeks to the double top before the final dump. You can't underestimate greed, right? So they got 3 more weeks to run this back up, make this money before the shit hits the fan, right? I mean, that's what Jeff's talking about here. So, you know, do I wish I had gone heavier on my short here? Yeah, for sure. You know, definitely. Did I expect it to sell off like it did today? Not really. If I'm honest, not really. I figured we'd be holding the support or even moving up. I expected something different because it was so neutral. But do I think that Bitcoin's heading to 12,000 off of today's news? It could, but I don't. It wouldn't make sense. There has to be a catalyst. And today we did not have a news catalyst that would fit the criteria to push Bitcoin to these all-time lows or something like that. All right, you guys. Hope that helps.